Great. So today I invite you to go to Europe, in France, in the Champagne region, which is located close to Paris and where the GI Champagne is located. So I will show you how Champagne is organized, and I will also explain how we protect the GI Champagne worldwide. So Champagne is known for centuries for the production of quality sparkling wines, so based and produced in France. Champagne is a unique name for an exclusive product. It is also a wine which complies with strict rules, but also an economic asset for the region and the country, and a name which is regularly misused. So we'll see how our trade organization is at the heart of this ecosystem. So Champagne's organization is very linked to our history and our territory. I give you two examples. In the mid-19th century, several producers introduced legal action against a wine producer using the name Champagne to sell other sparkling wines. And second example, in the late 19th century, the phylloxera, so this is a vine disease caused by the insect called phylloxera, led the Champagne region to band together to find collective solutions. So the many challenges faced by the people of Champagne have given them a strong sense of common purpose. For example, a decree of 1936 recognized the Champagne appellation, and the people needed a more advanced organization. And so in 1941, the Comité Champagne was created to protect and defend the collective interest of the wine growers. Today, Comité Champagne is in charge of supervising a small production of wines, but a worldwide presence. As you can see, we are shipped in all the countries of the world, including Vietnam, of course, and the exports are no more important than sales in France. Comité Champagne is the place of the collective. We bring together all the key players, winemakers, cooperative, and champagne houses, so traders, and we make it possible. So we maintain a balance between different interests because we have wine growers who own the vines and grow the grapes, and the houses that sell the majority of the bottles and need the raw materials to produce the bottles. So Comité Champagne is very at the heart, at the core center of all the production process. Having a GI brings a lot of benefits for the producers and for the collectivity too. As you can see, for the producer, having a GI means the right to use a unique name. It has also some requirements, a burden, because we have strict rules to respect, but also quality production requirements. Also, a producer with the GI Champagne can sell the wines with a higher prices. You can sell champagne free more costly than other sparkling wines, and until 8 times more expensive than French sparkling wine without a GI. So one of the biggest benefits is also the share of the value between wine growers and houses. The benefits are also very good and high for the whole region in Champagne because it gives jobs. We also develop packaging, transport, services. So you can see we have more than 3,000 direct jobs involved in the Champagne production. And 10 years ago, Champagne gets a recognition by the UNESCO. So it also gives a lot of tourism today in our region. Last but not least, with regard to to the benefit. As you can see, it brings a lot for the collective because we have one unique name, Champagne, but we have a lot of trademarks, brands owned by wine growers and champagne houses who trade under their own brand. So that's a success that benefits the whole region. But also we have a collective protection of the name Champagne, and I will explain in a few minutes. And also we can share investments and costs to develop a more quality product. And all the collective duties and missions like protection and research and development are in the end of the Comité Champagne. So for nearly 100 years, the Comité Champagne is a concrete expression of how this collective works. With a strict sense of neutrality and consensus, wine growers and champagne houses are involved in the decision-making process in all major issues. Um, we have 4 main missions. I will briefly share with you. And all the professionals are very involved through specialized commissions. And nice, tricky things to note that we discuss a lot. We do not vote each time decisions are taken by consensus. So that makes stronger our organization, we believe. So first activity is the market regulation. It's an historical mission, still very important today. So our organization is sufficiently strong and recognized for producers to accept strict rules, sometimes unfavorable to some, just for the collective benefit. So accordingly, we are in charge of reconciling irregular harvest and the market needs. As you can see, some examples, we record all the transactions related to the production of champagne. We track all movement and shipment of wine. So we collect invoices, billing, every contract signed between wine growers and traders. So we have a huge quantity of information regarding the prices, the quantity, the countries where champagne are shipped. And so we use this information to take the best decision after to adapt the quantity of grapes to be picked up during harvest. Quality and sustainability is very important for champagne. So we conduct research, development, and innovations on vines and wine with the main aim of enabling champagne to adapt to and mitigate climate change. So we have 2 major challenges: cultivating a sustainable, resilient vineyards, and second, preserving the excellence of champagne wines. You can see here what we are doing also, like experimental in our own cellar, but we also have a microbiology laboratory, and we own experimental vineyards to test new techniques. So each area of research and innovation works with the 2 challenges we have in mind. So we work on varietal innovation, on precision viticulture, landscape management, or precision enology and microbiology. Last but not least, we have been given the role to promote the appellation, the GI Champagne, and educate the wine professionals. So we do some trainings in wine schools, and we also create digital tools so every people in the world can learn about champagne in its own language. So with the objective that consumers still desire champagne wines, buy bottles, and make the appellation of origin still alive. This everything is made possible for one reason. This is a choice. So our people want the Comité Champagne to be strong. So there is a collective will to give the Comité Champagne the means, legal but financial means too, to ensure that champagne is always available, always desirable, and always exemplary. So finally, I would like to say a few words about protection and how we do enforce the GI champagne in the world. So you know that the name champagne is unique, and we do not have the property of that name, but the French state. We are just empowered to protect it. And the protection is an historical mission, reinforced since the creation of the Comité Champagne. And the people from Champagne take very seriously any misuse of the name. They understood very early, that the value of the Champagne GI stems from the exclusive link between the name and the appellation. So this is also an important issue, we believe, for consumer safety and trust in a label that guarantees origin and quality. So key priority for us is the fight against counterfeiting, fake bottle. But as you will see, the reputation of the champagne name is so great that we have a lot of misuses of the name for different products. And we put a lot of energy too in cooperation and public affairs to be sure that protection is very well enforced in the country. So today you see on the map that most countries do recognize and protect champagne, but we face issue with Russia and the USA, which do not recognize the name champagne yet. So we have a great chance to have a full support of all our members. They made a choice to dedicate a very important budget to implement a strategy to gain full protection online and offline and fight any fake products and misuse of the name. So the greater the reputation, the greatest the number of cases. We have around 1,000 active cases and between 300 and 500 new cases every year. So we apply a zero tolerance against counterfeiting, and we work a lot with customs to train them. In Vietnam too, we organized a training some months ago to explain what is champagne and how you can recognize fake from genuine products. So you have pictures, images of several products called champagne. First one being cigarettes, tobacco, but we also have perfume called champagne, shoes from Thailand, champagne flavor from South America, shampoos, which was a drink for pet food, for pets, sorry, for dogs, cosmetics, and a fake champagne made in Arabic country. So you see the variety of misuse, countries, and typology of products. So we work a lot and we cooperate with authorities. That's very important because we need authorities to help us enforce the rights. So it's a key priority to work with the countries. So we share information like today, and we also organize training, but we can also bring some analysis with our own laboratory. We participate quite often in targeted operation in the world with the World Customs Organization and European authorities too, like Europol. But it's also very important to work with local authorities because we have also issues in France and in our own region. So sharing information, participating to working groups are very important to us. So today we work, of course, offline, and we do monitor physical points of sale. We try to be present on wine fairs, on markets, because we want to tackle the fake products. And we also, as I already said, work with customs. So we apply for application, with the custom, so we can help and work together to detect fake champagne. And one point also, we do monitor all the trademark registrations in the world. So as soon as a company or someone apply for champagne or champ or something which is similar to or evocative of champagne, we are immediately informed, and we can send letters or do some opposition to avoid the registration of the GI. Online is very important too. So we work with a provider to delist and to take down notices to have advertising on e-commerce platforms deleted. It's a huge and endless work, but nevertheless, it is important to do it so consumer can trust the marketplaces. And we also are very vigilant to the use of the GI champagne as part of domain names. So we use alternative proceedings in some countries, but also worldwide, to get the transfer of the name like champagne.fr or champagne.uk. But we're still facing an issue with UDRP, so with the ICANN system, to protect the GI as a worldwide level. To conclude, I would like to show you some examples of very, very new, the latest rulings regarding trademarks. So it's very good to see that a lot of countries recognize the GI and apply a very high level of protection of GIs. For example, country like Moldova or Portugal or Germany, also in Europe or next to Russia, do reject trademarks called Champs Go or Think Champagne, which are not the GI as such, but something which is similar to. So even if the GI is translated or used in a other way, other forms, even for products which are not wines, the IP offices protect the GI. But it's also true in Asia and in your country. And to conclude, I would like to show you other examples of misuses. The strategy of Comité Champagne is to discuss a lot and settle disputes amicably as much as possible, because we have a lot of cases and it's also costly to protect the GI. So we settle amicably a lot of things, but if necessary, we can also take appropriate legal action. And it's very important to have a very strong rules and protection, so regulation and agreements to and for the producers to have the legal tools to protect their common heritage and the GI champagne. So thank you.